Hello, welcome to Sunshine Hunting. Hit the like button, leave a comment below, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this message resonates with you. Thanks for stopping by.
Today I've got a little bit of a different setup, still on the floor, but just a little bit of a different color vibe, same kind of thing, but and I am so excited to meet with you today and see what we are going to get from the guides and my guides and on yours and what's going to come through. So I thought I'm getting this overwhelming message to do a reading about what's your purpose. And I thought that's great, because a lot of times people question about what their purpose is and they don't know. Like they could walk through their life constantly questioning on what they're supposed to be doing and how they're supposed to be contributing to people around them or to their community. And I thought, wow, let's do it. So if this message finds you, then you're meant to receive it. And it'll be interesting to see what comes up. So I'm gonna take a little quick drink. I just finished my work day and it just keeps coming up. So first, before we do anything, I've got these great Oracle Mermaid cards. So I want to pull from there first. And maybe we'll pull from the Pulp Tarot as like the wrapping up things, So I'm going to pull from the Mermaid. I've already pre-shuffled most of these, so I don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. But I'm going to do a little bit. These are kind of brand new, so they're a little stiff. But I thought they were really cool. So we will pull from these cards and see what happens. And I looked, but I didn't really read, so that's good. And then just saw some pretty pictures. Let's put it that way. Okay, and then we're gonna pull either one or two from the Pulp Tarot, but it looks like it's gonna be one. All right, so we're gonna put these here, and today we're gonna put a nice little rose quartz crystal angel on top of them. So those are gonna wrap and tie all of our stuff together. And I think I want to start today with my typical Light Seer Tarot. And sorry, I had a little glitch in my phone there for a minute. It just stopped recording. So we're asking about our purpose, right? Spirit and the guides to tell us about our purpose. They can direct us in any way towards what we need to be doing, right? Guide us. Okay, here. Well, the Six of Swords came up. And the Six of Swords is about having victory when you take a distance. Like you take distance in order to have victory, right? You've taken some steps back in order to look at, the value, your value. It's not been easy. I mean, you've packed out all of your belongings into a boat, and you've crossed the water and you've gone to the other side, not knowing what was going to be waiting for you, but you knew that it was got to be better than what you left behind, right? And people do such things like that because of their intuition, because every cell in their body was telling them to move that way, was guiding them in that direction. So And so the universe is reminding me to remind you, that's why you've done what you've done. These events happened or things happened in your life currently, and that led you to where you are today, specifically for a reason. Like the choices you made have been for a reason. And so when you're desperately trying to figure out what your purpose is, or what the next step is, or what your plan is for the future, or where the direction you're going, to remember that all these things lined up one right after another for a reason, even the good, even the bad. And you've left the toxicity behind. You've left whatever addictions, whatever, you're not surrounded by that energy anymore. Whether it was a person, a thing, substance, whatever it is, you're not surrounded you're not a behavior pattern. You're not surrounded by that. That's not controlling you anymore, right? And that's why you had to take distance, right? You're going to have a change of luck because of that. Things are going to start to change drastically. I feel like the 4 of Swords are going to come up. Oh, wow. Something really wonderful and exciting is going to happen because of that. You're going to have, because you dropped these things that was, and even negative thinking could be like an addiction, right? Right? Like, yeah, I'm not going to, having these thoughts like my life is not going to get any better. So having these, whatever the addiction was, or whatever it is, because it could be multiple things, because you've left that behind, right? You're going to start seeing that your luck is going to start to change. Like slowly, you're going to start seeing that, there's going to be little significant steps forward in the right direction. And then it's going to start having momentum. It's going to start to flow. And you're going to start to see what happens, like, by being able to overcome these significant steps of success. And you'll realize that it was your intuition that made you take steps back or remove yourself from people, things, whatever they were. And that was the reason why you made the choices you did. The Knight of Cups. It's either going to be a person that cares a lot about you, that wants to come in and romance you, which if you're single, then that's great and wonderful. But it also could be like a wonderful job, since we're talking about purpose, right? It could be a wonderful purpose, like a wonderful thing that just fits just right with you. So let's say all of a sudden there's a new position that is added on to your task list at work that just makes your job more fun every day, makes it more fulfilling, makes you feel like, oh my gosh, this is what it was meant for me to do. Or maybe you're going to find a job that is like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Or maybe you're going to find an organization that you need to be a part of, that you volunteer, or it could be anything, right? Maybe it's just welcoming people into a store and telling them to have a wonderful day, or a wonderful night, or a wonderful weekend. Something so simple, but they feel seen or heard. And that makes their day, because they feel so incredibly lonely. There's my drive-by cat. But they're saying that you're going to find out what that victory is, what that purpose is. But you everything has to happen for a reason, because you had to remove yourself from the things that were cluttering your thought process, that were getting in the way. And you were successful in doing that. And so now you just have to be a little patient for this momentum to change. So, you can start to reap the rewards that are coming in for you. I'm going to clarify these, and I think I'm going to clarify it with the Blooming Cat Tarot, which is, they're really cute. Obviously, I've got a bunch of cat cards because I have a bunch of cats. And sorry, I had to take a drink there. But now I kind of want to think, like, I kind of want to ask, like what could it be? Like, what wonderful things are coming in, you know? Like, what is it specifically that, you know? Okay. It's telling me that, wow. Something that's taken so long to come in. Something that you deserved, but it was taking forever to come in. Possibly being held purposely back from you. And it's coming in because, you know, it's divinely meant to be yours, you know? I mean, that's the thing, is if it's meant to be yours, like if you were meant to have this thing in your life, you know, then it's going to end up happening for you. It's going to find you, you know? Oh, that's so funny. I just mixed up the Knight of Cups. I don't know why, with the Knight of Pentacles, but it was something that you love that's going to bring you, let me clarify, something that you love, or a message of love, that's going to bring you, you know, something that you rightly deserve. And it's taken a long time for you to be able to have it in your life, right? Because you enjoy it so much. And the Page of Cups is like this fish is just jumping out of the water and you just want to grab hold of it because you've wanted it for so long. And rightfully so, you know. If you guys hear that, this is my little old man cat next to me. He's, I think, 18 now. You know, he's an old guy, so he's drinking some water next to me. The Five of Cups is like, you know, you've crossed that bridge of like grief, and you know, there's, you know, like there's 5 flowers or lilies or daisies, maybe they're daisies, you know. 3 of them have wilted and fallen, and there's still 2 that are up in the air. We're gonna have a drive-by again. And you know, you're having grief because there's not 5, right? But there's still 2. And, you know, it's overcoming that and realizing that there's still life on the other side of that bridge, you know? And, you know, there's still stuff that you can create. There's still stuff that you can do and live, you know, and there's still opportunities. And, you know, things aren't over for you yet, you know? And that is probably gonna give you a pretty decent tower moment when it comes in. Yeah, it's burning. This tower, it's like burning, and I noticed the crown on it, and I'll show you guys. There's a crown on top. I don't know, like right there, you can see that. And you know, obviously it got struck by lightning and it's burning inside and the kitty cats are falling off. But to me, it almost looks like a rocket, you know, like a rocket ship. And because it's like built on ice, but it looks like a rocket ship to me, like it's going to take off. And so I feel like that's what's going to happen to you. It's like you're going to find your purpose. And it took so long to come in. And by the time you finally get it to come in, and, you know, it happens, that you have had all this built up energy behind it because you've been trying to manifest it for so long, but it hasn't, it hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out, that it's just you're just gonna take off, like, yeah, because, and it's given me the Magician upside down, but it's because, you felt like you didn't have all the tools there, but you had all the tools. That's the thing. It was just, they were just being blocked, Then it gives me the Wheel of Fortune, which just means like, you're going to have a change of luck. Yeah. And you'll see the clarity. The clarity will come in, yeah. So, wow, I think that's pretty amazing. I think that's a pretty amazing, reading. Okay. This little guy, he's my little old man and he's blind. He's going to do a drive-by. He's just a little lost because he's blind, but we'll just let him do his little drive-by. Okay, there he goes. And his name's Leo. Anyway, so let's look at our 2 cards that are going to draw it in. I mean, I think this is pretty hopeful. Like, I feel like good things are right around the corner, I don't know what the time frame is, but I always feel like every time I've done a reading or had a reading done and there's been a time frame, it's never been accurate. It's never been right. Once I think, oh, it's going to happen tomorrow, or this weekend, or it never happens like it's supposed to say. So I really kind of don't, I feel like that time is really difficult to try to narrow down, but I feel like you'll you'll start to see, I feel like we're clearly in this area and that, the change of luck is definitely happening. I just don't know where in the mix, we are, but I definitely feel like it's kind of in the middle. Like the change of luck is the you're building the momentum up, and we just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other forward. So I love that, before I get to the last 2 cards to kind of draw us in, I have like a bunch of crystals, right? And I just put my hand into my jar of, not jar, but it's like a wooden thing that I hold them in. And I just grabbed them. And so the ones that you see here, they're just kind of like, I feel like they were meant to come out, So there's lapis and there's a bunch of different kinds of turquoise and amethyst and obviously rose quartz. And then there is this like petrified wood, which I think is kind of cool. And then this I just found, I think it's a bunch of shells that I found on the beach, like kind of put it together. Like I just found it and I thought it was cool. And I collect, when I go places like castles or something like that, I find rocks or places that I hike to or whatever that are very significant for me. I find them, so they're like pieces from walls, like Roman walls and things like that I get. So anyway, so I just thought that was very interesting, and I think that it brings us a nice energy. Here's my little blind man again. Oh, the Leo. He's my little old man. My little Leo. He's such an old guy. Yeah. He wants to bring his energy in. Yes. Hello. Hello. We're just going to let him be here for a few minutes. Yeah. You lost? You want to get past me? You want me to push you past? Want me to help you get past? Oh, come on. Let's do that. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And, okay, so let's get to the 2 cards and see how they're going to, now he messed it up, but see how they're going to tie us all together. So, oh, yearning. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go get my glasses because I can't see this. I'm going to have to go get my glasses in a second. But, oh, and the Chariot. Well, okay, so look at that. So the Chariot, I mean, that clearly is saying that action and momentum is starting to happen. And yearning, obviously, I mean, these are like two lovers, right? But like yearning is like you're waiting, you're like craving this success to happen in your life, to move forward and progress. And you've been trying to do this for so long. And I like that, like, you know, that desire. And my advice is not to sit there in this like frustrated, I'm not going to succeed, or why is this taking so long? My advice is to imagine yourself how you would feel after you have realized what your purpose is, if you don't know what it is, and have accomplished it, you know? So like, if, let's say, if you like want to be a writer, right? Then you've realized like, okay, I'm a successful writer. I've published my, bestseller list, and you're on a book tour, like what that feels like, you're just doing it full time, how your day is. So you're not sitting there, like, not you trying to write books, or like not you trying to find the time, it's you already being successful. Like it, and that is a great place of you being in a place of yearning, and it allows you to be a little bit more, take the power back, as opposed to feeling so like dependent on somebody else's answer, or dependent on somebody else's approval. So that would be my advice. And also, it, like, for instance, I used to do that all the time when I was looking for a romance, like, or a partner, as I would always focus on if they were actually in my life, and who I wanted and how I wanted them to be, how I wanted them to treat me. I took a while for me to realize that, but I wouldn't imagine them not in my life. I would imagine them in my life. So, and how I would want them to be. So I'm going to read this. I'm going to go get my glasses. Let me pause. Okay, I'm back. I got my glasses, and it says, longing for someone, undesired, separation, and pining. So it's like, don't wait around trying to figure out your purpose. Like, go out, take action in finding the things that you enjoyed to do, and that make you light up, like the sun. And then you'll find the purpose is going to find you. Your purpose is going to find you, because if you stay here waiting around for, lightning to strike, it's not going to lead you to it's not going to lead you to success, And I think that's where the Knight of Cups come in, is like, what brings you joy, what makes you have, makes your spirit race. Yeah, your heart smile, those kinds of things. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Comment below, like, share, subscribe, join my community. I have a cute little picture I'm going to post with one of my cats that tried to take over my spot right before I was filming. And I look forward to seeing you guys all again soon. Bye.